Shu, thank you for joining me today on Pop Culture Unplugged.
Thank you for having me.
Exciting times with Baby Shu and Fwends. Yeah, it's on YouTube now. It's on Tubi TV. Where's it next? Did I read somewhere Amazon maybe, or was that a while ago?
That was another movie that I
Yeah,
co-wrote and star in
you're
called Five
busy,
Blind Days. Go
which
check
is
it out.
good.
Yeah.
You're busy.
Yeah. Yeah. Busy creating my own stuff. Everything I've made in the last few years or been in the last few years has been something that I've like created,
Yeah. So you
which
dabbled a little bit in the comedy world. Like
Mhm.
how did the love of comedy happen for you?
Well, when I started acting, it was back in Australia, and I booked two TV shows that were both sitcoms. It was a family law and fresh off the boat. And I was trying to find my way as an actor and deciding which lane I wanted to go down. And because been booked in two comedies, I was like, okay, maybe comedy is my route. Maybe I'm
Mm.
funny. So then I went to America, moved to America, and I started taking improv classes, stand-up classes. I did stand-up for a while, which I actually really enjoyed, but it was probably the most nerve-wracking thing I've ever done. And I eventually like felt like it was more of a burden than an enjoyment. So I
Uh,
realized I was not a stand-up comedian. And also the hours are crazy. I don't know how people do it. Props to them. And
yeah.
then and then I like learned about sketch writing, producing. I just uh, kind of like America does this to you, It makes you become more than one thing.
Yeah. It's not a bad thing though. It's not a bad thing.
No. Actually, I'm very grateful that I moved to America and I learned all these things. And that's kind of like how I started creating my own shows and my own movies and making connections in that way as a creative, not just as a like an actor trying to book
Mm.
jobs.
It's awesome. So how about
Hmm.
Baby Shoe with Friends? Like, was this born out of a sketch idea, personal alter ego, something that you were sitting on for a while? How did this happen?
Okay, so 3 years ago, I made this sketch that my mum gave me the idea for because I've been doing short form sketches for about 5 years now,
Okay.
and 3 years ago, I did this one like character based sketch. It was me playing Baby Shu and then me
Okay.
again playing the mom. And I don't usually do that. I usually have other people play other characters. It's rare that I play both characters. But I was holidaying in Spain at the time and I didn't have anyone to play alongside me. So I was like, well, I want to do this sketch. I'll just play both characters. And then that sketch just like popped off. And subsequently, every time I've done a sketch with Baby Shu and the mum or the dad character, and I've added some other people into the world as well, every time that happens, it does well. So I was like, well, why don't I just make a show based on Baby Shu? Because she's the funnest character that I think I get to
Mm,
play within my sketch world.
mm.
Hmm.
Is she like part of like your chaotic inner child, a comedic version of yourself? Like, how did you like? I'm sure you wrote things down how you wanted to play this character.
Funnily enough, she comes very naturally to me. I find her like I just can tap into her whenever I'm playing Baby Shu. I just put the pigtails on and then I'm automatically Shu. Like the sass just comes. I don't know where it comes from because she's very different to me in real life. I don't do that, but you know what? Maybe I'm just in denial and that's actually who I really am.
How,
Yeah.
how, how did Fwends come out?
Friends, okay. You know what? Because I originally really wanted to make a show that was like the Friends show on TV.
Okay.
Um, and but Friends was like, oh, it's like the cutesy version of Friends. And that's really the crux of it. I just wanted this show about me and my friends having fun all the time, but me really bullying them. And then, so the first three episodes on YouTube that you see are very much in that vein of that direction that I was going. And then, after I made three, I realized that I wanted to make the world a lot bigger.
Mm.
So unfortunately, the name was already cemented. But if I could redo it and rebrand it, I would call it Baby Shoe AF, as in Baby Shoe as fudge. Am I allowed to swear on here? I don't
Sure.
know.
Yeah.
So as we were making the series, we just kept calling it Baby Shoe as fuck because everything was so Baby Shoe. Like we just tried to make the show as Baby Shoe as possible.
Yeah.
Um, but it looks nothing like the first three episodes that you see on YouTube. So even though it says Baby Shu and Friends right now, everything is an anthology every episode now, the 10 episodes that are
Yeah.
going to Tubi. But it's always Baby Shu and someone getting up to
Mm.
some mischief.
Mm.
Yeah.
So when you first launched your series, like what kind of audience were you aiming for at first to attract to watch this?
It's my traditional current YouTube audience, which is like 13-year-olds basically on average. They're like between 10
Mm.
and 15.
Mm.
But the newer 10 episodes aims to more of a younger like YA audience, like 15 to 21.
Mm.
The topics are a little bit darker, but I think young kids still love that. I feel like I cannot believe how many young kids watch horror and thrillers and
I
love
know.
it. I'm like, all right, I'll lead into that and see if they like this new version of Baby Shu
Mm.
in the long form series. Hmm.
How did you team up with Gary Sullivan for this?
We're partners,
Okay.
so yeah, we're life partners
Yeah.
at the time. Yeah.
So how was the collab when you first started this?
A little frustrating, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
No, it was actually quite easy, I think. I Him and I had talked about a lot of projects in the past, and we watched a lot of shows together. We would just always analyze shows afterwards, and we'd always like pitch ideas to each other.
Yeah.
And we'd written and come up with a lot of projects, and they were more for traditional film and TV. And then when I decided to make this, because we'd worked together so much in the past, it just made sense for him to help with this as well. Also, he has like a much darker sensibility than me. I'm like more lighted, like all those like light romantic aspects of the show is what I injected, and all the dark elements is what he injected.
Yeah.
So it was quite a nice like balance of uh creative minds coming together, I think.
Mm. How long did it take you to film the first season that you did?
Started it in April. Um, so what's that? Six
6 months.
months?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Mm.
Well, it
So we're
was pretty
like,
hectic.
yeah. I
Very
was gonna say like
different
what
to, yeah.
I was gonna say like what were like the biggest challenges trying to film, it's an indie style, behind the
Mm-hmm.
scenes, you're doing both.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. It was so stressful. I'd say it's like the busiest 6 months I've ever experienced in my career. We were trying to make it originally for YouTube, so trying to get into a cadence of a weekly rollout,
Mm.
like write, film, edit on a weekly basis, which is insanity. And we were able to do the writing and the filming within a week. So we'd write for 3 days and then
Yeah.
film, like pre-production for 2 days and then film for 2 days. And then our post house Bang Zoom, who are just really great and great friends of ours, they were kind enough to come aboard as a post-production house. That's why it looks so good. And um we did that, and obviously we weren't able to keep up necessarily the whole time, so we did
Yeah.
it in chunks. So we did a few episodes um on like a 2 month basis.
Mm.
Yeah, it was insane. Very, very much like I felt like I was actually running a TV show, like a showrunner of a TV
Yeah.
show. It was very go go go.
So when
Hmm.
you're filming this, is a lot of it sometimes, you go by the script, but does it ever get improvised? Did you guys
Oh my God,
continue
so
on?
much.
Okay.
So much
That's what I
gets
was,
improvised. Yeah.
yeah. How
Yeah.
fun is
So
that? That's got to be fun, improvising.
oh my God, it was the best. And Gary, he was like writer director. He has a very, very specific vision of how he wants things to go. But sometimes we don't find that on the page, but we find it on the day. So he'll just like throw lines and then he'll change his mind halfway and be like, actually, let's just go in this direction and film this. It was probably very chaotic for the actors. I'm not gonna lie, like I feel so blessed that I got the most amazing actors who could memorize lines on the spot. Because
Yeah.
sometimes we were like writing things on the day, like of
Wow.
the morning, and sending it to the actors, and they're just like memorize, 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 and then off we go. Like I watching it back, I was like, wow, I can't believe that happened because pull it off so well.
Yeah. So who came up with the idea of like Baby Shu being like an evil genius? Was that you?
Yes, yes. That has always been the Baby Shu way and the Baby Shu character.
Yeah.
Because the first sketch I ever did, it was basically my my character Baby Shu roasting her mum. And I think that's what kids love. They just love
Yeah.
seeing the kid win against the adults.
Yeah.
And so that's the ongoing theme. So with every Baby Shu sketch short I ever did, Baby Shu won pretty much like 99%. Baby Shu won, and she won by tricking someone or bullying someone or downright
Yeah.
lying to someone. And she's like the anti-hero of the kid world. So that is just like the type of character I've brought into the Baby Shu world. She has to be that. Otherwise,
Mm.
there's it doesn't set her apart from every other not kids show, but like a young adult show. I think we're used to, at least when I grew up, used to our leads being perfect and high morals and just a good kid. And I just wanted to do something different. Otherwise, we don't stand out, you know? And
Mm.
besides, Baby Shu is only fun when she's chaotic.
Right.
She's only interesting when she's chaotic.
Yeah. Actually, I wrote down here, what's your favorite part? Is it the chaotic part or is it like the heart part?
The heart part?
Yeah.
You just said,
Like, yeah, the
oh
heart.
God.
Yeah.
Personally, I everything has to have a little bit of heart, you know.
Yeah.
I do like that, but I have to say my favorite part would be the chaotic side because
Mm.
that's the most interesting part to write and to create and to act. Yeah, but it's like heart is a necessity. It's what
Yeah.
drives the show. It's what like drives a character at the end. It needs we need to bring her back down to earth by
Mm.
putting in heart, but the rest of the time she's just a chaotic genius.
Mm. Now, is your plan to do more episodes or like open up, expand the universe or something like that?
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
what are you thinking about?
Yes. I want to keep going. I mean, if you watch the season, the very last episode ends in a cliffhanger. It's a
Okay.
part one of a two-parter episode. So I definitely do have to film that. So at least that will be the same. I'm just hoping it'll be bigger and better. Still Baby Shu being Baby Shu, but in
Mm.
different worlds and bigger, better worlds.
Yeah. If you could have any
Hmm.
celebrity to guest star cameo, what are you thinking?
Oh my God. Okay, let me just like list it off right now. You know what? Keanu Reeves comes to mind. Keanu Reeves, you guys say.
Of course.
I don't know. I just feel like he would be so great and so unexpected as a guest character. Justin Long, he was like
Okay.
my ultimate
Yeah.
celebrity
I
crush for a
like
long
it. Yeah.
time. Yes, and Deschanel. Was that What's her first name? Her last name Deschanel. Oh, it's the new girl, Zooey Deschanel.
Zoe Deschanel. Yeah.
I don't know. She'd be like an evil teacher or something. She'd be an awkward teacher.
Should be good for that evil teacher.
Yeah.
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 What message or feeling do you hope the viewers take away when they watch the series when they tune in?
Mm. Um, I mostly want them to be entertained, I guess, and maybe just feel like maybe mm, 怎么说? How do I like relatable or
Yeah.
that like seen, heard in some way? Because obviously Baby Shu is Asian Australian,
Yeah.
and I think when I grew up, I didn't see a lot of that. So I think the main thing I want to audiences and even creatives when they watch it is that um, people of color can be placed in stories of different genres and it works, I guess.
Mm.
And I want to inspire other people of color, immigrant children to know that creative, like the journey of being creative is possible. And to like see themselves on the screen. I think that's the biggest goal of every project I ever do.
Mm. Yeah.
Is to be more inspired, even though the story, like the story is is more just a vehicle for inspiring the younger generation.
Yeah, there you go. Now you gotta start doing some specials too, like Baby Shoe's Christmas or
Oh
whatever.
my God, say less. Yes, absolutely. Well,
Uh,
I'm in Australia at the moment, and it's like Christmas is not a thing here because it's so hot. So I have to just pretend.
there
Yeah.
you go. Last question. How would Baby Shoe describe the series with her own words?
Oh my gosh. Baby Shu would say, this is the best show ever, and if you don't watch it, you'll regret it.
There you go. Shoe, I wanna thank you for giving me a few minutes today. This was great. Hopefully this thing will hit on Tubi good and you keep going with the series.
Thank you.
Me too.
Appreciate it. Thanks,
And you should try.
Elias.